This is actually the tunnel that goes from the Capitol underneath Lincoln over to a parking lot. This tunnel has had many leaking issues over the past decades. Every time it rains, water gets into this tunnel. So part of our scope of our project is to uncover it, patch any concrete that needs repaired, and waterproof it, backfill it, and put the concrete back so that the tunnel does not leak. We have our structural engineers come out and check the concrete to look for any damage that needs to be repaired before the new waterproofing goes on. Once that is complete, the waterproofing goes on the walls and the roof. There'll be a new foundation drain to get water away from the tunnel. Once that's complete, we can backfill it and then start working on the concrete prep to get the drives put back in place. This process does take a little while. Obviously, it's weather dependent. Anytime it rains, we got to pump water out to keep working. But so far, we've had minimal repairs to the concrete, and the new waterproofing that's gone on so far has been doing a good job.
Underneath the stairs that you see here, there's actually a 20-foot drop below to sort of a cavern space. We did not need to waterproof these stairs underneath like we've done in other areas because of that. So all we're doing in this area is removing or raking the joints, removing all of the old mortar and replacing it with new mortar. There are several of these larger pavers on the upper plaza that have inscriptions. Originally, these pavers had a very slippery finish on the surface of them, and to make them more safe for people that walk by whenever it's raining or there's moisture on the top of them, we removed that slippery finish and we've gone back with a lithochrome paint on the inside of the inscription. We've also removed and replaced all of the joints that you see on the upper plaza, similar to what we've done in other areas around the building. What you see behind me is the recently completed ceremonial doors. This is a high-profile area of the building, so we've spent a lot of time going through the restoration of all the steel and cast iron that you see behind me. We go through an intensive round of repairs to the substrate of the cast iron. Once those repairs are completed, we go back through with a 3-step paint process, and each layer of paint had to be inspected following the completion of that layer. That was done to make sure that we were installing the paint at the right mill thickness, and that was done to make sure that we were fully covering the entire area of the substrate. Each layer of paint serves a particular purpose, and that is to help preserve this cast iron ceremonial door for as long as possible. The state seal was also an intensive restoration process. We went through and did a number of repairs, and we had Evergreen Architectural Arts come from New York City to do a historical paint analysis. The colors that you see that are installed right now are the colors that we believe to be used 100 years ago when it was painted originally, and it turned out very well for us. Where I'm standing right now is on the upper plaza of the South Portico, and what we did was remove every single paver that you see, and underneath it we installed a layer of waterproofing. We flood tested each section individually to make sure that it was watertight, because below this area is occupied space.
So we're on the north side of the Capitol. About 3 months ago, we filmed in the same area showing the old existing stair treads, stair structure. The structure was in bad shape. It needed to be replaced. So since then, we've come back, we've poured new concrete, we've backfilled with stable material. We're about to start putting the granite stones back in place and the stair treads to complete the restoration of this north stair. We're on the west side of the Capitol now. This is the southwest staircase. The structure underneath this staircase was in really bad shape. It had to be replaced as well. We took all these granite pieces off one by one. Every stone stair tread came off. They were all labeled to make sure they go back in the same place they came from. All new concrete structure was formed and poured. We waterproofed the stairs to avoid any future leaks in this area. So right now we're in the process of putting these stair treads back in place. So it's gonna look really good, nice and clean when we're finished up over here. This is gonna be our last elevation of scaffolding we have to complete. Right next to it was the first elevation we started 2 years ago this month. So in 2 years, we've worked on all 12 sides of the state capitol, and then in early 2019 this scaffold will come down and we'll be complete with the scaffolding restoration of every elevation of the state capitol.